not for next year. Personally, I would bring him back. You know, I had a hard time with the guys like Laval, who 2 years ago were set to make the NCAA tournament, and then it was canceled. It was the same thing for Archie Miller, right? Those two guys, Archie a year ago, Laval could do it now, could lose his job. When if you have a tournament, if they even announce the tournament, think about that. If they have an NCAA next to their names, and they had just announced the teams that got in, they might be okay right now. Archie might still be the coach in Indiana. Who knows? Laval would probably get another year for sure. So that's the biggest thing to watch. But, man, there's been some – I mean, the SEC flipped over, didn't it? I mean, it was crazy. And I was talking to one coach today in the league, and I said to him, what do you think? He said, man, I love it. He said, I love it because I was scared as hell of Will Wade. And guys like even Konzo, you know, like he didn't do a great job lately, but I still was scared of Konzo and what he could do going into a room, you know, with parents. I'm not scared of these dudes that got hired. That's basically what he told me.
Of the new guys, who's got the best shot to succeed in the SEC?
Sweeney.
So I think that's a hard question because I think the best hire for the job is the least likely place to succeed in Mississippi State, right? I think Chris Jans has the best chance. Like for Mississippi State, he was the best hire you could possibly make because he knows how to kind of get work done in the trenches. He develops players. Like he's had success at New Mexico State. You know, has been in that kind of Greg Marshall tree of guys who, like, for better or worse, know how to win and get shit done. But do I have confidence that Mississippi State's gonna be like a perennial NCAA tournament team? No, I don't. It's like to me, I think the guy who has the upside, right, is Todd Golden. Like I think that Todd has a chance to be one of the next big names in this thing, right? He's a guy who's, you know, smart. He's energized. I think he has the ability. I think he does have some juice. Like I do think he could get to like a Nate Oates level, you know, in terms of juice and the analytics and kind of branding himself that way and hire some killers on his staff like Nate did. You know, like I think that Todd could get there. Like I really do. Like to me, like if like it's boom or bust, but I think there's real boom potential there. You know, some of the other hires, I just don't think there's as much juice. Like again, I think Jans is probably the best hire for what anyone could have done. But if you ask me who is the best chance to be like looked at as an amazing hire 5 years down the line, I think it's probably Todd Golden. But it also might not be there in 5 years, right? He might be toast. Like that is
he won't be
in the downside.
Yeah, I just worry again because these guys are so out of their element, right? And you go in the SEC and you're fighting Cal and Bruce and Nate and Muss and like. Now the good thing is they all kind of come in together now. So there's like 5 of them now that are kind of on even ground, and I'd say the only Dennis Gates and Jans are the two that I think are going to be able to pick it up quicker.
Yes.
Right? Jans has recruited Jukes. He'll be great at Mississippi State. He'll be great. And Gates worked for Leonard for 7 years. He'll be fine.
Yes.
It'll take him some time at Missouri. The other guys are the ones I'm worried about. And like you said, Golden, I don't know if it fits in the SEC for Golden. I don't know if it fits.
That's why I think Florida's a little bit better, right? I mean, I would have been more concerned, quite frankly, if he got Mississippi State or
100%.
Like it wouldn't have worked. Like I think Florida's a place where there's enough kind of in play already.
Yes.
I also think you don't have to be quite as like in the trenches to win there. Like I think you can kind of get stuff done, use the brand. He's gonna be able to recruit some like elite international players there. Like I think that's going to be a huge avenue for them is go international. He already has a lot of those connections, and he's got the success with some of the guys he's had with the guys with Basalski. You know, he'll be able to sell that to European guys. Hey, I just made this guy a bunch of money in the EuroLeague. Like, come over and we'll make that work. So I just think that Florida's a little bit better fit than some of those other spots for him.
I think the one that is most intriguing of whether it goes for the right or goes for the wrong, and it's not as much about the coach as it is. I wonder about the effects and if Will Wade is an outlier for what LSU ends up really being in the SEC. And that's where I get concerned for Matt McMahon because I don't even know. LSU's not a top 5 job in that league. It's not top 6 or 7.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is. It is. When it's whole, it is.
Top 5 in that
I'm gonna
league
make it
right
easy
now?
for you.
Top 5?
I'm going to make this so easy for you, Fanta. So easy. Trent Johnson got hired to go to Baton Rouge.
Okay.
And he wouldn't do anything. Nothing. He played it straight. And he was out. They didn't like him because he wouldn't play any games, and he was gone. Matt McMahon, I'm telling you, he's going to play it straight. He's got no choice following Will Wade. And he's going to have probably a 2-year postseason ban. It's just going to be too difficult to
set up for failure.
Yes. Now, he'll get paid a ton of money. Matt McMahon, congrats, man. You took the money. I hope you succeed there. I just don't know how you're going to get it done in Baton.
I don't know.
But then why take it? Why take the job? It's not like
the money. Now, he could have had
the opportunity.
He could have had South Carolina. Right. He could have had South Carolina.
I'm saying you could get the money elsewhere.
There's
you
opportunity
get the money
at LSU, though, that isn't elsewhere. You know,
right.
I just think there's too much allure to it. I honestly think there was one guy out there in this cycle that had a chance at LSU, right? Like I think McMahon is a winner. Like I truly believe that, like,
I agree.
In a vacuum, like that guy's going to get players and coach and have a shot. I just think like there's so much stacked against you at LSU right now. It's going to be hard. I think there was one guy in this cycle that had a chance at LSU. That was Jerome Tang. I thought that because he'd been again different situation.
I think Jans could have been good at LSU.
Yeah, it's a different situation, but what Tang was at, and it was at with Baylor, and having to build it from the ground up and deal with all of the questions of what it was going to be, and the ability to recruit. I think Tang was the one guy where I would have sat down and said, you know what, I think LSU has a shot here. Otherwise, look, for McMahon, it's recruited. Like, let's build it long and hope for the best and hit some portal guys, and
No, he recruited Tweety Carter years ago coming out of Louisiana. He recruited Mark Vital Jared Butler came out of there. He didn't get him out of high school, but he got him on the, when Alabama didn't take him. So I'm with you. I think Tang was the best hire of the whole cycle. Other than the Miller brothers, which we've got to stay loyal to, but I do think they were great hires. I do. Like putting Field of 68 aside, man, for Xavier to get Sean Miller.
Oh,
ridiculous.
It's as good as they're ever going to do.
I don't care how many games he misses next year. He can miss the whole damn year. Doesn't matter to me. And I think he'll miss, my guess is he'll miss 10 games.
8 games.
That'd be my guess.
8 to 10. Right. 8 to 10 games. And that's not even going to be, it's not going to be something that derails them. He's going to get them going again. Xavier is a gold mine of making NCAA tournaments. They made 12 out of 13 up until 2018. Travis still didn't get to one. And that's why they had to make a change. I guess it's interesting to me on the LSU front because I look at the SEC and it's like you said, Jeff, like Kentucky, Auburn. You still have to take Tennessee into account with Rick Barnes.
He can recruit.
Now Alabama, and Arkansas.
Yes.
Like those guys are all going to keep going, and that's why
5 MFers. That's 5 MFers. Like good luck. Good luck, all you guys coming in. All of
you
it.
Put LSU in front of those.
They can't get anybody right now.
A better job, right? Florida's a better job.
Today it is.
I don't know if LSU's a top.
I think even without the sanctions, Florida's a better job than LSU. They won 2 championships.